Hello, South Point. Today I want to tell you about a man who was expelled from his university, who struggled with tuberculosis and depression nearly his entire life, and who even struggled to love the people that God called him to. His name was David Brainerd. He was a missionary to the Native Americans in the New England colonies. But we start with a question. The question is, where does the drive to run the race with perseverance come from? You can learn a lot from the life of David Brainerd, but one thing that I really learned from him was that he really desired to know God, and he really desired to be with God. And I'm going to read you a quote from one of his diaries. He says this: "When I really enjoy God, I feel my desires of Him the more insatiable, and my thirstings after holiness the more unquenchable. Oh, for holiness! Oh, for more of God in my soul! Oh, this pleasing pain! It makes my soul press after God. Oh, that I may not loiter on my heavenly journey." You see, he really desired living for God. He really desired being known by God and knowing God. And nothing says this more than his prayer life. He would occasionally pray 6 times a day, sometimes pray all day. He would even go to a friend's house and then sneak away for 30 minutes to pray for the Native Americans, pray for himself, pray for his friends and family. He prayed like a madman. He was wild prayer man. That's what I think of him as. Hebrews 12 tells us to run the race with perseverance. You know what it doesn't tell us to do? It doesn't tell us to try harder. It doesn't tell us to be better or do more. But it tells us to fix our eyes on Jesus. The drive to finish the race, the drive to run the race with perseverance, that comes from that quiet place where you sit down with God and you get to know Him and you get to be known by Him. And then from that is an outflowing of your life. From that's where you press on. That's where you run the race with perseverance. That's where you fix your eyes on Jesus, not yourself. If you're like me, you struggle to pray with all the distractions going on. I'd encourage you to, when you want to go pray, sing a worship song. Sing one song and really sing it to God. That helps me focus, and I think it will help you too. Another thing I would encourage you to do is open up the Psalms. Read a psalm and pray it back to God. Read a couple verses. Maybe you journal it. Read a couple verses, write a prayer, or pray it back to God as well. Those things teach us how to pray, and they really get us focused in on how we should pray and then just the prayer time itself. Remember, you're going to be with God, to get to know God, to worship God, and then to pray. And then everything else in your life flows out of that relationship time. All right, guys. Think of someone who may need to hear this truth. Anybody you can think of, man, share it with them. Anyone who needs to know about David Brainerd, man, share that with them, or what you've learned today. I appreciate you guys. Stay safe and have a good Monday.